Hello, welcome back to 1 Minute Interviews. This week's reading explored dating and the idea that while both men and women claim to have left old traditions such as chivalry in the past, oftentimes it is still expected in subtle ways, such as a man paying for a woman's meal or holding a door open for the woman. These traits are still seen as respectable and expected. I was really curious about this idea, and so I decided to call up 4 of my friends and see what they had to say about it. This is 1 Minute Interviews. Come in. Oh. How's it going? Maybe lose the orange. What? Yeah, really? Lose the orange, dude. No, don't put it there. Okay, fair enough. Question number 1. What is chivalry, and what role should it play in a relationship?
I don't know what chivalry means. I guess a man, paying for the woman's dinner, being chivalrous. Opening the door for her, being a gentleman, being a man. What was the second part of that question?
I think chivalry is like a male-based system of general respect. I think that generally men should be very respectful and very intentional with taking care, making sure that the needs of their partner and stuff is met.
Can you define chivalry for me? It's like traditions of like men and women, and I think men and women have like lost chivalry for each other, and like how men can sometimes lead a relationship.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's both. I think it's good that some women have gotten to be more like empowered in a relationship and gotten a little bit more of like a say instead of just a man making not the call, but like also weighing in like the woman's factor in the relationship. But I still think it's important for the man to be leading.
To me, that means the man opening the door for me, respecting me, and leading our relationship.
And what role do you think that plays? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that's a good thing to a certain extent. I think women also should have a say in the relationship and should be leading with the man as well.
Would you ever ask a guy out on a first date?
No.
Why?
Because I would rather be pursued than me pursuing a man.
Would you accept a date from a girl if they asked you out?
I think it depends on the nature. I think I wouldn't be opposed to a date. Like if there was a person that I genuinely respected and stuff, and I thought that was like something that I think would work out, then I probably would. I probably wouldn't necessarily mind.
I feel like if a girl asked me out on a date, I probably wouldn't be that uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, I think I would. Would it be like weird you out at all?
I mean, it might, at first be a little strange just because it kind of switches the stereotype, I think. But that's okay. We don't all have to live by the cultural stereotype of a man asking a woman, because I'm certainly probably not good at that, so it might take the burden off me,
No.
And why would you not do that?
Because I would like to know that oh my gosh. I want the guy to make the first move and make me feel special, so, yep.
Do you expect your future spouse to adopt your last name?
Yes, 100%, without a doubt.
There's like no way that you'd ever let your wife adopt their last name.
No way, that's a divorce asking.
Wow, that's pretty harsh. You take it seriously.
Yeah, it's a tough game we all play, and that's just the game that I like to play.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I like my last name, so yeah. I mean, I guess so. I would hope so. I mean, I don't think the last name is necessarily like a big deal. Like it wouldn't be a
Game changer.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a game changer if they didn't want it. But I mean, my last name is Coffee, so I definitely would rather have my last name than their last name.
Do you expect to adopt your future spouse's last name?
Yes.
Why?
because I would not want to have my last name and I want to have a new name signifying that's like a new marriage and it's exciting.
Most likely. I do like my last name a lot, so I think we'll have to.
You have a really nice last name. What is your last name?
My last name is Swan,
It's a very nice last name.
and so
Does part of you want to keep that last name?
a little bit of me does. I really like Swan, and I feel like some other last names aren't as good as Swan's.
Do you feel like you have a say in that as a woman in our culture?
I think so.
You think so?
I hope so.
Today's interview was really interesting. Almost every party involved seemed almost uncomfortable with the questions being asked because really the idea of challenging a lot of these preconceived notions about dating feels a little bit strange, and I think most participants tried to cover this up with it being lighthearted. When in reality, the concepts covered in this week's reading are challenging to the way that our society views dating and relationships. Thanks for tuning in. This has been 1 Minute Interviews.